What is up, guys? Randomodium here. So I've done a lot of beginners content, but I really haven't ever done like taking an account from like level 1 to like level 30 before. I've done like beginner guides and things like that, but usually I do it off of my main account, which is like level 200 or 300 something. So I figured I would do like an actual tutorial. Like I'd actually start a new account and kind of just like walk people through it, because starting a new account, starting a new game like League of Legends is really difficult. I know that the barrier to entry is really high. The skill floor is really high, and it can be a little intimidating. So this is kind of like a guide or walkthrough for brand new players to try and like get them into League of Legends. So if you're a new player, like this is definitely the video for you, or the series for you. I'm hoping to make multiple videos on this. And if you're not a new player, then you may not get that much value out of this. But if you have somebody who's interested in League of Legends, but is kind of intimidated by it, or isn't sure if they want to play it, like point them towards this series, and maybe maybe you might get a friend or a family member actually interested in League of Legends. So when you first log on, correction, let me tell you how you can actually like get the game first. You go to leagueoflegends.com. In the upper right hand corner, it has like a play now button. You can open up an account, download the game. It's all free. It'll take a while to update the account to the client to the current version of the game, and then it will automatically, once you open it up, it'll automatically put you into the tutorial. There's 3 tutorial games, and when you're done with the tutorial, you'll be level 3. I actually recorded those tutorial games, but something was off on my sound settings, and it didn't turn out well. So besides, the tutorial was kind of boring, at least for people to watch. Like, I'm sure like new players, it's you're still trying to figure things out, but it's not very enjoyable to watch the tutorial. So we're gonna start off, and I'm just gonna like introduce you guys to the client. So this is the client, and I'll also introduce you to one of either the tutorial games or the practice games. So if you click on this play button up here, you can see all the different game modes that you have available to you. So right off at the top, you've got PvP, so that's against other players, so real humans. You've got co-op versus AI, which is your team is people, and the enemy team are bots, and the bots are usually not that good. And then you've got training, so you've got the tutorial. So if you forget something and you want to replay the tutorial, this is how you do it. And you've also got the practice tool, which is kind of like you can do whatever you want. You can give yourself a bunch of gold. You can level up as much as you want. You can kind of play around with stuff. And you can also create custom games. And custom games are just like a lot of times if you play like in a tournament or an amateur league, that's how they do that, is they create custom games for that. So if we click the home button, we'll go back to this, and you can see like they always have different things to not necessarily advertise, but to kind of like entice you into the game. So since this is a new account, you've got this journey tab, and there's also these other tabs. This is the normal tab, kind of linking you to articles and music and all sorts of stuff. There's the preseason tab, because we have all these new items now, and then the patch notes tab. So they update League of Legends every 2 weeks, comes out with a new patch, and this is how you can figure out like what's changed and stuff like that. Another big thing to like let you guys know is obviously nobody's ever going to ask you for your username or password. There are cases of people that will try to pose as Riot Games employees or things like that, and try and get your username or your password from you. Riot will never ask you for your username or password. So yeah, just don't fall for any type of scams like that. Down here is where you have chat. So if somebody sends you a message, this is where it will show up. This is your friends list here, your social right here. So you can always add people to your friends list if you like playing with them. And here's where you can see all of your quests. So you have like different missions. So like you can gain EXP from them, or you can gain champions. And these are some TFT missions. The other thing I forgot to talk about was the different game modes when I was in this play tab. So you've got Summoner's Rift. So that's a 5v5, 3 different lanes. This is kind of like the normal game mode. This is like the game mode that just about everybody plays. ARAM, it's a single lane, 5v5. This is more for just like a fun game mode. Like you level up quicker, you gain gold quicker, you fight a lot more in this game mode. It's a lot of fun. This is more like strategic. Summoner's Rift is more of a strategic game mode. And then Teamfight Tactics is a completely different game. It's an auto battler, or like an auto chess game. It's still a lot of fun, but very different from League of Legends. And we'll be focusing mainly on League of Legends tutorial. If you want me to do like a Teamfight Tactics tutorial or a Legends of Runeterra tutorial, which is the card game, or something like that, just let me know. But I'm going to be focusing on League of Legends. I'll be focusing on 5v5 Summoner's Rift and 5v5 ARAM. I might play a few of those games just so you guys can see it. So as far as the rest of the client is concerned, so you've got your profile, you got your collection, you got the loot, and you got the store. So your profile, this is where you can see like what your progress is. You can see what level you are. You can see like what your rank is, your honor level, mastery score, trophies, banners. Mastery score is like as you play champions, you'll level up their mastery. And this is kind of like the summary of your champion mastery. Trophies you get in Clash, banners you get in Clash, ranked you can't do until you're level 30, and honor is basically like as long as you don't act like a jerk, your honor level will go up, and yeah, you can gain rewards if you have high honor. The match history, so you can see the tutorials right here, and as you play more games, those games will show up. You can actually download those games, you can review them, so you can have like if you did something wrong or you weren't sure like how you lost, like you can review the games afterwards. Ranked is once you hit level 30. Clubs are going away actually. You got highlights, and then you got stats. So this is where you can like track stats and stuff. So that's everything within your profile. For your collection, you've got your champions, which are you can unlock either with a blue essence or with RP. Skins you can only unlock with RP. Emotes are like little things that you can like pop up like in game to kind of like trigger enemies or things like that, or like to like say good job or to like laugh at them and stuff. Like each one has a different type of emotion associated with them, which is kind of cool. These are your summoner spells, so you start off with only ghost and heal, and you'll gain more of them as you level up. The two big ones are like smite and flash. So smite is required if you want to jungle, and then flash is kind of like what every champion takes, or nearly every champion. I can't say every champion, but most champions take flash as one of their summoner spells. Items, there's just like a ridiculous amount of items. We'll get more into that when we get into game. Icons, these are the things that show up here. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's just another way to personalize your account, I guess. Wards, you can get different ward skins. Those also cost money. And then chromas are like different color variants of different skins. And you can buy those with money, or you can buy those with blue essence, like at certain times during the year. Okay, so moving on to loot. So loot is kind of just like random stuff you'll get. You can get like chests and keys and different orbs and stuff like that. And basically it allows you to unlock a bunch of stuff. On the store, this is obviously where you buy stuff. So obviously they have a feature tab, and then, you know, champion skins, TFT stuff, different types of loot you can buy, which is like, it's gambling. Let's be honest, it's gambling. And then accessories, you can see like emotes and stuff like that. But the big thing you want to focus on as a new player are the champions. So the champions you can buy with blue essence, which is like the free currency, or you can also buy them with riot points, which costs money. So you can get every champion for free, but it takes a lot of time if you want to get every champion for free. And you can see that the new champions, they're usually really expensive. They're 6,300 blue essence. And then when you go down to like the older champions, they're a lot cheaper. So some of the champions are like 450 blue essence. So in general, as a new player, I would look towards like the older champions first, like see if there's any older champions that interest you, because they're usually a lot cheaper. You know, if your heart is really set on one of those new champions, then go ahead and save up and buy them. But in general, the safer way to go is to go with some of the cheaper champions first. And they do also give you like free champions for like a week. Like there's a weekly rotation of free champions that you can play even if you don't own them. So also take advantage of that as well. All right, so that kind of takes you through the client. I want to also just go into a training game, just to kind of just like show you like some stuff in game, and that'll probably be like the end of this episode. And then when we next episode, we'll actually like get into a game. But I actually want to kind of, you know, just show you guys some stuff in game without really having too much like pressure or stress or anything like that. We'll just do like a beginner bot. What do we want? Caitlyn's fine. Actually, we'll go on Alistar. That's even less intimidating. All right, so you can see this little icon right here indicates a free week champion. So you can see the free week champions are Ezreal, Kayn, Lee Sin, Morgana, Riven, Sona, Tristana, Veigar, Warwick, and Zed. So we'll just pick Ahri because that's the champion that we actually got in the tutorial. Lock in, and we are good to go. All right, so we're loaded in. That's not working. All right, we'll just stick with this then. So this is Summoner's Rift. You can see that in the bottom right hand corner, this is your mini map. Like, this is ultra important. So I'm gonna kind of focus on that. I don't think I can make it any bigger than it already is. Yeah, mini map's already maxed out. Okay. In general, I like to make the cursor, I want to be bigger, and the HUD I like to be smaller. All right, cool. So this is your mini map. You can see that there's these 3 lanes here. So there's top lane, which is this one right here. There's mid lane, which is right there. There's bot lane, which is right there. Each lane has got towers. So the ones that are in blue are your towers, and the ones that are in red are the opponent's towers. Blech. The way you win the game is you basically destroy each of these towers until you can get to the nexus. So you would need to get into their base and destroy their base. So MOBAs came from strategy games. And in strategy games, like, you don't win the game by destroying their army normally. I would say most RTSs, you don't win by destroying the army, you win by destroying the base. And that's how League of Legends is. So I could kill champions, 15, 20 times, and it doesn't really matter. What matters is, do you actually destroy the base? Now, killing champions does provide additional gold, which you can use to purchase items, but it doesn't actually help. It doesn't actually like result in you winning the game. It's not like a death match in like a first-person shooter, where if you get enough kills, like, you automatically win the game. So we're gonna walk to lane here. You can see how the champions are a little slow. I have the camera not on lock right now, so basically I can freely move my camera wherever I want. When you first start off playing the game, you're probably going to play locked camera, which is like this. So as I move, you see how my champion is at the center of the screen, no matter what. So the advantage of this is that you don't have to like manage the camera at all, it makes it easier on new champions. But if you're playing unlocked camera, like if something's going along top lane, you can go up here to click on top lane. You can actually see what's going on here. And then you can come over there, you can see what's going on. So yeah, I actually prefer having the camera unlocked. So the goal is to always try and last hit these little guys here. These are minions. So you can see these guys are little melee minions here. The little axe and shield that they got. And then there's also these little caster minions, which are the range minions. And that big one is the cannon minion, and I missed it, and that's like painful. Because cannon minions give you a lot of gold. So if possible, you really want to get those cannon minions. So you can see I'm just waiting around, and then I try and click on that minion right before it dies to try and get the auto attack. That allows me to get the last hit. And if I last hit, then I get additional gold. You can see every single time I last hit, I get a little bit of gold. So if a lot of your minions are attacking, it becomes a lot harder to last hit those minions. That's something to keep in mind. You have to basically take into account that there's a bunch of minions attacking that. So you can see I'm missing quite a few of these, and that's because the wave is so huge. You can also use your abilities to clear the minion wave as well. So each champion has 4 abilities, and then they also have a passive. So the passive is right here. So Ahri's passive is that it's basically like a 3-stack passive. So every single time you hit with an ability, you gain a stack. And if you reach 9 stacks, you get 3 stacks per ability. And if you hit 9 stacks, then you restore health, essentially. Her W is her... Sorry, I didn't even go over her Q yet. So her Q is her main ability. So you can see I'm shooting it out right now. So it comes out, it's like an orb that basically deals damage to anything it hits. That's not nice, Alistar. So yeah, you see it throws it out and then it pulls it back. On the way out, it does magic damage, and on the way back, it does true damage. So if possible, you really want it to hit on the way back. This guy's getting really aggressive. Alright. So that's the Q ability. W ability is Foxfire. So if I cast it, you see 3 little things come around me, and they'll basically like attack the first thing that they see. They do prioritize the champions. Oh, missed that one. And then finally, her E is her charm. So that it fires this projectile out, and if it hits like a... I think no matter if it's a champion or if it's like a minion, it'll charm them. So charm is a form of crowd control. So crowd control basically is something that impairs an enemy in some way. So you could be like a slow, or there's like roots, or there's stuns. There's all sorts of different types of crowd control. A charm causes the person who is charmed to move towards the person that charmed them uncontrollably. So you see how if I charge him, he just automatically walks towards me. Man, Alistar, you are so mean. You're so aggressive. So you can see right now, my health is kind of like about halfway, and my mana is depleted. So I can't really use my abilities right now, so I'm going to recall. So the way that you recall is you push the B button, or you can click on this button down here. So now we're back in base, and in base, this is where you can buy. So if you click on this guy right here, this is the shop, and you can choose what type of items you want. So items are usually sorted by classes. So this is all of the items that you can purchase. If you're a new player, you can just stick on the recommended tab. That's usually like a good starting point. You know, it's not the best in all situations, but it's good for beginners. So you can see like they're saying, hey, you can go Luden's Tempest, or you can go Leandry's, or you can go Everfrost. I'm going to go the Luden's. So I click on it, and then this is the build path over here. So this is how you actually build the item. So basically what I have to do is if I purchase these 2 amplifying tomes and a sapphire crystal, I can eventually turn those into a lost chapter. So it's not like I have to wait until I have 1300 gold to purchase this lost chapter. I could buy these 2 amplifying tomes and a sapphire crystal, and then at some later point I can come back and combine them. And then I take that lost chapter and I combine it with a blasting wand, and that turns into Luden's Tempest. So you can see here, I'll purchase the amplifying tome, another amplifying tome, and you can see that I don't have enough gold for that sapphire crystal. So with that, I can start walking back to lane. So different champions benefit from different stats. So Ari, because she is a mage, she benefits a lot from ability power. So she wants to get items that give her ability power. She also benefits from mana, because that allows her to cast more spells. And she also benefits from ability haste, which reduces the cooldown on her spells, which allows her to cast them more often. So you can see that when the minion wave gets pushed into my tower, the tower will attack those minions, so that makes it harder to last hit. I'm gonna use my E there. So you can see that he's just kind of tanking it right now. I'm not gonna ult him or anything. I could kill him right now if I wanted to, but I want to kind of explain what I'm gonna do before I do it instead. So Ari's ultimate, this is the one ability that I haven't talked about yet. It allows her to dash forward and it deals damage, and this is what allows her to set up her charm really easily. So I can basically dash forward, use her charm, and then unleash her entire combo. So if I do this, I dash forward, I charm him, and then I dash behind him. I dashed last time. I don't know if I'm actually going to kill him. Might get him. Yeah, I'll get him. Alright, there you go. So first blood. tried to survive. So you can see you get the minion wave in here, and as long as there's minions here, the tower is not going to attack me. This tower does a lot of damage, so you definitely don't want to be within range of this tower if you don't have minions there. Also, if like you try to attack a champion when you're in tower range, the tower will target you instead. So that's a big thing to consider. So when Alistar gets back into lane, I'll show you what happens if I stand in tower range. So you see, I'm still just trying to last hit, try and get as much gold as I can. So let's see, I'll attack the Alistar when I'm in tower range. Oh, and see now it dealt damage to me. Didn't quite kill me, but almost. No, Alistar, don't hurt me. He almost got me. That's actually pretty hilarious. He almost got me, forced me to pop the ghost. It's all back. As you can see, I have like 45 health. The other way you can open up the shop is you just click on your gold down here, and that'll also open up the shop. So we'll go back to the Luden's Tempest here. So you can see we have enough gold now for the Lost Chapter, so we can click on that and purchase the Lost Chapter. And then we also have enough for a Blasting Wand. You can see down here we still have 369 gold left, and the gold like ticks up by itself. So I'm going to buy some boots. So these boots here, this allows you to move a little bit faster. They're really useful. So you usually start off with these normal boots, called the brown bag boots, and then you can upgrade those boots into one of these other types of boots. You can only have one type of boots. In general, mages go for sorcerer shoes because it allows their spells to do more damage. So I'll get the normal boots and we'll go back out. So minion waves are spawned from the Nexus every 30 seconds. So I'll show you, this is the Nexus. Every 30 seconds, a new minion wave will spawn. And they'll just basically march down the lane, and they'll just start attacking the first target they see. And if an enemy champion like attacks you, then your minions will like turn on them. But usually they'll just ignore champions until, see, now they targeted the Alistar because the Alistar attacked me. Wow, that Alistar actually did a decent amount of damage. Whoops, I pointed that the wrong direction. I think I have enough to kill him though. So you can see that his minions are attacking me because I was mean to him. So one thing that I haven't really talked about yet are bushes. So you can, there's all these bushes all around the map, and people can't see into the bushes, but you can see out. So the only way that you can see like what's inside a bush is if you put down a ward. So wards are right down here. So it's defaulted to 4. If you push the 4 button, it'll place a ward. If I put my cursor over here and I click 4, it'll put a ward, and now I can see inside that bush. So if there was like an enemy champion in that bush, now I would see that champion. The other big thing is that wards can provide you vision in areas where you don't normally have anybody. So you only get vision where your allies are. So if I click a ward here, and then I walk away, you can see that I still have vision of that dragon, even though I'm like nowhere near the dragon. So this allows you to get vision in areas where you normally wouldn't have vision. So wards are really important. It's kind of like 2 of the major things that you want to learn as a new player is how to last hit. So you can see I'm just trying to last hit to the best of my ability. This Alistar is being mean. So yeah, last hitting, ultra important. Warding, ultra important. Looking at this mini map is probably the third big one that you want to practice at all times. So like, I've mainly stayed in this lane this entire time, but in an actual game, people don't stay in their assigned lane all the time. So like, for example, like I could go mid. If there was a champion mid, I could go mid and I could attack that champion. So that's how you can create like situations where it's, 2-on-1 or 3-on-1 or 4-on-1, anything that's like favorable for your team. So we'll go back to base, we'll purchase some more items. So yeah, you can see now we have enough for our Ludens Tempest. This is a mythic item, so with the current way that the game is, they just reworked all these items, and mythic items are things you can only purchase one mythic item. So you got to be careful. Like each mythic item has a different advantage to it. So like understanding what the different advantages are. So like Ludens Tempest is good for burst damage. Leandries is good for anti-tank. It deals additional like maximum health damage. And then Everfrost is for like additional crowd control. So we'll pick up the Ludens Tempest and see now it's recommending boots. So yeah, this is really good. This is actually giving you like a good recommendations. So normally you want to get the Sorcerer shoes. But I don't have enough gold to get them. Damn. So other things you can do over here. Let's talk about the shop a little bit more. So you buy health potions. So these are consumed when you use them. You can buy refillable potions. This recharges when you go back to base. So this is what I bought. I bought a refillable potion. And then this refillable potion can also be upgraded into a corrupting potion. There's 3 different types of trinkets. There's the yellow trinket, which I've shown you how that one works. The red trinket, which is Oracle Lens, also called a sweeper. This is what allows you to clear wards. So wards are usually invisible. This allows you to clear wards. And this Farsight alteration, I'll pick that one up so you can see what it does. And then these are elixirs. So this is normally like what you buy towards the end of the game. They're like temporary bonuses to your champion. And then control wards. I want to mention control wards because they're ultra important. So control wards are additional vision that you can buy, but they're 75 gold a piece. So I'll show you what you can do. So you can see, if you look at the mini-map, you see that blue line? That shows you the range of my Farsight alteration trinket. So what this does is, let's say for example, like I'm worried that the opposing team is taking the dragon, which is in this pit right here. I can use the Farsight and I can spot the dragon. And that vision will stay there until somebody destroys it. But it's not invisible. So yellow trinkets are invisible. This blue trinket is not. Anybody can destroy it if they see it. So I'm going to let Alistair destroy my tower so you can see what happens when a tower gets destroyed. Let's see if he actually steps up to destroy it. You see how low health my tower is? Man, he's not going to destroy it. Okay. We'll just continue to just play around with this Alistar. Use my abilities. Kill him again. So maybe I'll just take his tower and show you what happens when you take a tower. Damn, that charm is being kind of weird. Alright, so we keep attacking the tower. I think we'll be able to get it. You can see that once you destroy the tower, it's gone. So you no longer have that base defense. So now, I can basically push up further. So now I'm on the enemy's side of the map. And the goal is to basically destroy all the towers. So you can't attack a tower until you've killed the other tower in the line. So for example, you can see I was up by the inner tower. Man, he is really chasing. He's mad I took his tower. So yeah, for example, like the Alistar could not attack this inner tower until he destroys this outer tower. So he needs to destroy this outer tower, then he can destroy the inner tower, then he can destroy the inhibitor tower, then he can destroy the inhibitor, then he can try and destroy the Nexus towers, and then he can finally attack the Nexus. You can see it takes a while, and there's 3 different lanes. Now you don't have to destroy, like, each of these outer towers before you can attack an inner tower. You only need to attack. You only need to destroy the tower in that lane. So if he destroyed this tower, he could start attacking this tower. He doesn't have to kill like all 3 of the outer towers before you can start attacking inner towers. But that's generally how you play the game. You can see that one of the things that I've done, I might as well talk about some hotkeys before I go, is if you right click on the ground, this is how you move your champion around. You also can, here, I'll show you something that's actually really useful. So I was playing with quick cast on, so that means that as soon as I click the button, then it casts the ability. So if you do normal cast, if I click like Q, it just shows you where you can aim the ability, and then you have to click Q again. No, it's actually not letting me do it. I actually don't even know how to do it because I haven't played. I always play with quick cast on. So if I have quick cast on, it just immediately shoots it out. And if I think if I hold it like this, then that means right now I'm holding the E, so I can see without it firing. And now it fires. The other big thing that I did with my key bindings is if you go into hotkeys and you scroll down to advanced key binding options, bind auto attack, move to left click. This is really useful. So there's a difference between attack move and just normal move. So attack move is, you can see the red, and then if I normal move, it's green. So normal move means I'm not trying to attack somebody. But if I directly click on that unit, it will attack them. You can see I'm normal moving away from the Alistar. If I wanted to attack move forward, then I will attack the first target that's the target that's closest to the cursor, essentially. So my turret just went down. So if I'm kiting this Alistar, I'm using normal move, and then if I go towards him, I'm gonna try and use attack move. So if I dash forward, you see I'm using the attack move, and that causes me to attack the nearest champion to me. So I think that covers the basics. I know I probably went a bit fast for some people. So if anything was confusing, like let me know. Like there are no stupid questions. Like this really is for beginners. This pane over here, this is not what you know in the normal game. This is just for the practice tool, by the way. So like you won't see this in a normal game, but you can see like in the practice tool, I can level myself up however I want. I can give myself an infinite amount of gold. I can give myself a bunch of different options. But yeah, in normal games, you don't see this. But the practice tool is kind of a good little like sandbox for you to play in if you want to just experiment with a champion. So yeah, if there's any questions you guys have, let me know. I'll be happy to answer any questions. If anything just didn't make sense, if I didn't like go over something or I didn't explain it well, just like let me know. I'm still trying to learn this as well. This is a learning experience for me, trying to teach people. So yeah, things that appear like second nature to me may not be second nature to you. So just let me know if anything was confusing, and I will try to improve in future videos. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, let me know. Leave a comment, leave a like, all that type of stuff lets me know to keep doing this series. Subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. This is Randomonium signing off.